Hello everyone. Today we are going to understand a new topic in the chapter employment and unemployment. Well, in this video of today, we are going to understand a topic that is called the rate of participation in India, and second, the concept of self-employed and hired workers in India. Well, let's move ahead and go on and understand about the rate of participation in our country. Well, when I'm saying the word the rate of participation, it means the total number of people who are engaged in the production activity. That is, out of the total people, how many people are into the workforce. Now, if I give you a data, then as per 2015 and 16, the rate of participation in urban areas was around 43.5%, while that of in rural areas was 53%. Also, in urban areas, the percentage of men engaged in the rate of participation was 69%, while it was merely 16% for women. In rural areas, the rate of participation of men was 77.3% as compared to 26.7% for women. Now, these all data that I am giving you, that rate of participation in urban area was 43%, rate of participation in rural areas was 53%, in urban areas for men it was 69, for women it was 16. All these observations gives a rise to certain facts. Let's try to understand each of these facts in detail. The first point is that higher dependency ratio. Now, one data I gave you that participation rate in the country is 50.3%, which means that only 50% of the people are engaged in production, while rest 50%, another 50% are depending upon this 50% who are engaged in production. It means the unemployment people or the people who are dependent on working people is very high. Second point, in rural areas, the rate of participation is 77%, which is very high. But the productivity level is very low, which means that in spite of the people, large number of people in rural areas who are working, their contribution to the GDP is very less. While on the other hand, as compared to rural areas, the urban areas working population is less, but their contribution to the GDP is more, which shows that in spite of the fact that people in rural areas work more, their income and their income is less, while people who are engaged in urban areas, less number of people are working but their income is high. And third observation that we can make from this data is that women in rural areas are working more compared to the women in urban areas. This is because, let me repeat, women in urban areas are working more compared to the rural areas women. This is because in urban areas the women still are taking education and are becoming skilled. But in urban areas, because of extreme high poverty, women have to leave their jobs, women have to leave their education and get into jobs. And also, when I'm saying that women in rural areas get into jobs, they get into low productive jobs, they get into low wage jobs, and that is why the women in rural areas work, more number of women work, but salary is less, wages is less, production is less, which means that apart from the fact that women are getting less wages jobs in rural areas, there is another problem with the women, and that includes that in the entire country there is underestimation of women workers, which means that many work of the women are not treated as many work of the women are not treated as working. Like for example, when women work inside the house, when they give their household services, that woman is not considered as a worker. Also, even which is very common in rural areas, that woman might be working with her family in the family business, but she doesn't get paid for the job. The man might get paid for the job. The women sometimes do not get paid for the job because they are not treated as workers. They are treated as unpaid workers. So the facts that leads about rate of participation is there is a huge high dependency ratio on the working population. Second, in rural areas, more people are participating in work, but their level of productivity is low. And third, there is higher rate of participation of women in rural areas compared to the urban areas. Now, moving ahead, let's try to understand this diagram, which is of the topic self-employed as hired workers. Now, this the diagram that you can see of urban workers, the green part shows the hired workers, while the orange part shows the self-employed workers. So, in the urban areas, you can see that 62% of the population in urban workers are hired, means they are working for someone, while only 37.9, that is close to 38%, are self-employed. But in rural areas, a less number of people are hired while more number of people are working as self-employed, which means that in urban areas more people, that is 62% of the people, are working in offices and factories, while in rural areas still self-employed business, that is family business, is the most attractive form of employment. Secondly, in rural areas, since 46% of the people are self-employed, it means that they generally do not show preference towards gaining of skill and training, and they prefer on their family business. So, 2 points come out from this diagram. Let me repeat again. Number one, more number of people in rural areas are looking for family business, while in urban areas, majority of the people are looking into working in office and factories. And as compared to urban and rural areas, in rural areas, more number of people are working into family business, that is of agriculture, maybe of agriculture or any another family business. While in second point says that since the self-employed number of people in rural areas are high, it means that other than non-farming activities, people do not tend to get more of skill and all, because they are happy with being in their family business. Second diagram, if we talk about, shows the gender participation in the workforce. Now you can see in the urban areas 52% are male, while 48% are female. 52% of the male are working in hired business, working as hired workers, while 48% are working as self-employed workers. And in the female category, 60% of the female are working as hired workers and close to 40 are working as self-employed, which means that among men you see 52% and 48%, it is around the same. So among the males, working in as hired workers is equal to working as self-employed person, while in women you'll see the hired women are 60%, which is very huge, while self-employed women are only close to 40%, which is less, which means that among the women, hired worker is more significant compared to the men. While in women it is 60, in the men it is close to only 52. Number two, the reason for this is because because women are more into hired work, as more into hired worker compared to men, because the education of women is limited. I repeat, the education of women is, since it is limited, they are ready to work even at low wages when they are being hired. But the men who tend to have more education do not work at low wages if they are hired for that. Secondly, men and self-employment is around 48%, while women in self-employment is 40%, which means that more number of males are working into family business compared to the women. And self-employed, you see, is a very huge, self-employment in our country is a reality. Why people still go for self-employment is because, one, our literacy is low. Second, we have tended to know that all people will not get jobs. That is why we start to go for self-employment rather than going for hired employment. Thirdly, the mobility of the workers is less, which means that in hired workers we have to work on the actions of other people, while in self-employment we have to work on our own perspectives. That is why more number of people are self-employed in our country compared to any other. I hope with this video you understand with both the topics. Thank you everyone.